channel Knowledge Hub. Friends, subscribe to our channel and click the bell icon for the latest update. Today we're going to start with discussing about the reasoning, where we have to discuss about, of course, PQS. In terms of PQS, this has been the first class of PQS, that has been the practice question set. In terms of reasoning, where we had done your verbal reasoning as well as the non-verbal reasoning as well, where we had completed that verbal reasoning and non-verbal reasoning. In verbal reasoning, if I'm going ahead here in the detail about it, in verbal reasoning we had done your general mental ability and the logic reasoning, and in non-verbal reasoning we had done many of the topics as well in the last classes. In terms of verbal reasoning and general mental ability, we had done your analogy, classification, series, alphabet test, number ranking, time sequence test, mathematical operation, logical sequence of words, arithmetic reasoning, inserting the missing character, data sufficiency, decision making, assertions and reasons, situation reaction test, and verification of the truth of the statement as well. In logic reasoning, we had done a logic, statement, argument, statement, assumption, statement, course of action, statement, conclusion, deriving conclusion from passages, theme, direction, question, statement, miscellaneous logical puzzle. In terms of non-verbal reasoning, we had done your series and logic, classification, analytical reasoning, mirror image, water image, embedded figure, completions of incomplete pattern, figure matrix, paper folding, paper cutting, rule detection, grouping of identical figures, cubes and dice, dot situation, constructions of squares and triangles, figure formation analysis, and then we had started with your practice question set, which is your PQS. And this has been, if I'm talking about the class here, yes, of course, this has been the classes 235 classes. Before we had done, you had 234th classes here. So for the PQS, we'll go ahead, you'll just prepare for it and you will find it out each and every questions here. So we'll go ahead for the first question of the session. The question is, the first question of the session we have, in the adjoining figure, dots are arranged in a spatial way. How many rows are in all would have 4 dots in each? That we have to explain it out. So here, in the adjoining figure, dots are arranged in a spatial way. How many rows in all would be having 4 dots in each? So for the same, it will be like this. They are arranging in a certain order. This will be in a certain order. So the options for the same we have here. Just write it down. 3. A is 3. B is 5. C is 7. And the D is your 9. Okay. So among these, the options we have, your right answer will be the figure, which has been the figure. The options we have has been the C figure. The C will be the right answer for this question as well. I will go ahead for the next that we talk about it. So I will do it with a different pen as well, so that we can mark it out. You will find it out the answer as well. We'll go ahead with the next second question that we have, and that is being the second question here. Question is, what is the minimum number of color required if the following figure is to be colored such that no two adjacent sides have the same color? On the same cases you have to find out. So let's go ahead for the same. What is the minimum number of colors required if the following figure is to be colored such that no two adjacent sides have the same color. The figure we have as follows. So the figure we have. So this is the figure here. The options for the same we have: A is your 2, B is 3, C is 4, and D is 5 that we have. So among the question that we have here, answer will get is the figure which is in the 4 will be the right answer for this question as well. I will go ahead with another question that we talk about it in the third question of the sessions here. We'll go ahead for the same. Third question is, a cube is to be colored in such a way that no two opposite faces have the same color. The minimum number of colors required is, the option we have 1, 2, 3, 6. We'll go ahead for the question respectively. A cube is to be colored in such a way that no two colors, that is no two opposite faces have the same color. The minimum number of colors required is, option A is your 1, B is 2, C is 3, and the D is 6 that we have here. So for the same, we talk about among the options that we had given here is the figure that we have. Your answer is the B figure will be the right answer for this question as well. Now we'll go ahead with the next one, which is the answer will be 2 through here. We'll go ahead with the next question, and that is being the fourth question of the session. The question is, how many faces does the figure shown here have? How many faces does the figure shown have? So we'll draw it. The figure here itself first. Figure was like this. Sorry, it was not being this tilted. And then we have your again. This is the sort of figure we have, where it will be go down over here itself. This is being the figure. It has been shaded. This is being the figure here itself. Options for the same we have here: 6, 12, 13 and 14. I just write it down. 6, B option is 12, C option is 13, and the D option is 14 here. For the same, we talk about it, and that we have your answer here. The figure which we have your answer as being the B will be the right answer with this question, which is being the answer is your 12. Now we'll go ahead with another question. You have to study the following figure carefully and answer the question that follows. So here we go ahead with the figure first. That is being as follows. This is we have. So here we go ahead. This is a figure. Okay, so it looks like this. This is a figure we have, and on the same cases that as you can see here. Now we'll go ahead with the question here, which has been your, the question is the fifth question of the session. So that has been your which we even do have to talk about it. So with same respective manner, there are many questions, there are many different questions that we talk about it, and even though which we have to answer it out as well. So on the same cases we go ahead. So what is the number of square? What is the number of squares that we have to find out in this figure? Options we have. Option A is 10, B is 12, C is 14, and the D is 16. We have here. So the figure that we have your answer here is the answer will be for 14. So 14 square is being formed here. You can just count it down, you will find it out the answer by your side. And as I told you that I had told you many times here, when we are going to inform you about it and we are solving these type of question in reasoning, in terms of verbal reasoning or non-verbal reasoning, we had done all these type of a question. So if you had visited our videos, in the last videos we had done, you will be easily find it out. And if you had not visited and you have not gone through with these topics, you can just go ahead with the playlist. You will find out each and every topic there itself in the playlist, and you will we learned all these questions. Now we'll go ahead with the sixth question we have, and that is, what is the number of rectangles excluding squares? So what is the number of rectangles excluding squares that we have here? Options we have, the option A is 10, B is 12, C is 20, the D is 22. We have here. So for that we have to talk about it, and that is in the figure, which is we have your answer is the D figure will be the right answer for this question as well. We'll go ahead for the next that we talk about it, and which will be the another one is the seventh question of the session. The question is, what is the number of triangles? What is the number of triangles that we have? Option here, option A is 20, B is 26, C is 32, the D is 40 here. So we'll go ahead for the solution for the same as well, that even though we have to talk about it. So the figure which we have as an answer, that even though we have to talk about here, there's the D figure. The D option will be, that is being the 40 will be the right answer for this question as well. We'll go ahead for the next question, that is the eighth question of the session here. The question we have, what is the minimum number of colors required to paint the given figure so that no two adjacent sides have the same color here? So we'll just go ahead with the question here. What is the minimum number of colors required to paint the given figure so that no two adjacent sides have the same color we have? So here we go ahead. This is being the square here. Then we have inside that we have your rhombus, and then we have your, it's been like this. We have to form it out. That is we have here. This is we have here the figure, we have your options here. 2, B is your 3, C is your 4, D is your 5. That we have your question options here. So on the same cases we go ahead for the solution, and the same cases we have to find it out the answer as well. So we'll be having your answer here, which is the options we have is the B option will be the right answer for this question as well. We'll go ahead with the next that we talk about it, which is the another important question here. The question is in question that to will discuss about it, that 5 questions figures that are numbered in the column A1, the 5 answer figures that are given in the column 2 here, and on the same cases we have to find it out that are given in a column 2 that marked as 1 2 3 4, and which is the question that figure have the same properties as the answer figure. You have to select the answer figures here, and that is we have to answer it out as well. So with the respect towards these type of a question, you have to consider about it, and you have to even to answer it out as well, and all these questions being important too. So let's go ahead for the same, that even though we have to discuss here. So for the same we have here as follows. So for the 9th question we have in question figure that is of column 1, we have here in question 2 the figure that is of our column B. We have question figure in column 1 and answer figure column 2 we have. So first figure we have here is and in that figure we have your, this is for A. The next we have here is being the 10th question. For this I will just tell you the answer as well. First I will draw that figure here. For B is if it is your this. For 11th one, if you go ahead with the detail about these type of a question, how it is being solved, I had told you about in the last classes only. You will just go ahead, you will find it out that. So it's a huge request, those who had not visited our channel, those who had not visited our topics, that what we had done in the last classes, you can go ahead, you will find out each and every video there. This is the reason why I'm going to solve it out the question paper here, so that we'll get to know if you had visited our channel here. So now we'll go ahead for the solution here, and in the same cases for this, that is in terms of for 9 the figure that is we have for it, and the figure which we have your answer is the B figure will be the right answer for 9, and for 10 we have your E figure will be the right answer. For 11 we have your D figure will be the right answer, and for 12 of course it is B or the A figure will be the right answer for this question as well. I will go ahead with the 13th question of the session that we have to talk about it, which is being also important one here, and that what we have to go ahead for the same. So we'll go ahead with the 13th question of the session as well. We'll go ahead with the 13th question of the session that we talk about it. So we'll go ahead for the same. 13th question being as follows. This is being here, and for the E we have here, which is being your E will be like this. It will be okay. So for the 14th question we have, I will just draw it. Then after that we'll talk about it. So this is being as follows, and for here it is being the A figure is like this. has been here. Now for the 15th question, it will be like having this ego, for the B figure, it will be like this. For the 16th question we have here, that has been it should be like this. For the C here, it is that we have. Now for the next 17th question here, which has been as follows. The D we have here. So we have here, and for the 18th we have an E figure. For this we have here this is for the E figure. Now we'll go ahead for the solution for all of these. For respective towards the 13th question here that we have, and the same case, the figure that we have, your answer is the C figure will be the right answer for 13th here. For 14th it will be your the B figure will be the right answer. 15th के लिए D will be the right answer. 16th के लिए A will be the right answer. 17th के लिए E will be the right answer, and 18th के लिए you have your C will be the right answer for this question as well, as I had named it here. Now we'll go ahead for the next question that we talk about it, which is being of course the important one as well. So that we have here, and what we have to discuss moreover in the cases. So we'll go ahead for the next question, but there is very important questions here in the detail that we have to discuss about it, which is of course the important one. So we'll end up here only. So we'll discuss the next question paper that is in the next coming classes, which is being your 236 classes of course. That we will do it, and here we'll be ending it off here. That is the practice question set that we are dealing here. Now because there are many questions that we have to discuss in terms of it, and if it will forget it, you will just mess it out, so it will be extending it up the class as well. So in terms of reasoning, we had now both, and as I told you, we had completed verbal reasoning and non-verbal reasoning that we discussed here in the detail about it as well. Other than that, we had done your sociology and software engineering, we had done your chemistry, where we had done your unit 1, unit 2, unit 3, unit 4, unit 5, unit 6, unit 7, unit 8, unit 9. We had the conversions as well, logarithms and trials as well, and the elements with the symbols, atomic numbers, and molar masses. We had done understanding the human being comprehensively, the human aspiration and its fulfillment as well. In that, we had done unit 1, unit 2, unit 3, unit 4, unit 5 with their 2 marks as possible question as well. We had done an ER diagram, which is also important, and that will be the different ER diagrams as well. In terms of quantitative aptitude, we had started with arithmetical ability. In arithmetical ability, we had done your operations on numbers, SCM, SCF of numbers, decimal fractions, simplification, square roots and cube roots, problems on numbers, problems on ages, sorts and indices, and percentage we are dealing with, and where we had reached more than 150th questions here we had completed, and we have to complete more than 200 questions to 250 question of course in percentage as well. After talking about that, we will start discussing about computer based mathematical and statistical that is CB and ST we have to discuss here. After talking about coming towards reasoning here, where we had completed your verbal reasoning, and we have to start with non-verbal reasoning we had done of course, and we are dealing with the practice question paper here itself. In verbal reasoning, we had done your general mental ability and the logic reasoning. In general mental ability, we had done analogy, classification, series completion, coding, decoding, blood relation, puzzle test, sequential output tracing, direction sense test, logical Venn diagram, alphabet test, number ranking, time sequence test, mathematical operations, logical sequence of words, arithmetic reasoning, inserting the missing character, data sufficiency, decision making, assertions and reasons, situation, reaction test, and verification of the truth of the statement as well. In logic reasoning, we have to cover up the logic, statement argument, statement assumption, statement course of action, statement conclusion, deriving conclusion from passages, team detection, question statement, miscellaneous logical puzzle. In terms of non-verbal reasoning, we have to cover up the series, analogy, classification, analytical reasoning, mirror image, water image, embedded figure, completions of incomplete patterns, figure matrix, paper folding, paper cutting, tool detection, grouping of identical figures, cubes and diagonal situation, constructions of squares and triangles, paper formation analysis, and of course the practice question paper, that what we have to cover up here, that even though we are covering here, and hopefully we'll end up with this in the last next possible classes we'll discuss that, and we'll surely be completing that as well. So thank you, hope you enjoyed this video. If you like this video, please give a thumbs up and give a suggestion on the comment box, and please like, share and subscribe to our channel. Keep supporting us as you had supported us. After ending it up with reasoning, we'll start discussing about the bank PO, which we'll discuss about in the bank PO question papers, that is in terms of that, which is mainly important for the bank examination here. Thank you, hope you enjoyed this video. If you like this video, please give a thumbs up and give a suggestion on the comment box. Thank you.